this is my friend Marlene, and she was one of my inspirations. So, I asked her if I could interview her, and she's gonna tell us her story.
All right.
And so, how old are you in the first place?
Well, right now I'm 29.
Yeah.
It's been 8 years about.
Yeah. Since you had a stroke, right?
Yes. I was born with a cavernous malformation in my brainstem, and I didn't know it was there. But when I was 18 weeks, that's about 4.5 months pregnant with my son, that calf malruptured and just changed everything. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So what has happened since then? Like, have you had any reoccurrences?
Oh, yeah. I had, when I was still pregnant, so about 5 months this time, I had a surgery, removing the cavernous malformation, but it was so, deeply embedded in my brainstem that there was some they couldn't really get to, and so it was left on a wait-and-see basis.
Wow.
Yeah, and it would do a mini bleed about every 1.5 years.
Really?
For about 4 years. Yeah.
So you had strokes every year after that for about 4 years?
1.5 years, but yeah. It'd be really small strokes, and they said I would keep having them until I had nothing left to lose. No function left to lose.
Wow.
Until I got surgery. So yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You're amazing.
Thanks.
So what, before, when you were in high school,
Yeah.
what did you like to do for fun?
Well, I was on the track and cross country team. I wasn't really good at either, but I was on them. They didn't get people off or have you try out for the team, so I was on it. And yeah, and I did. How to describe it? It was vocal jazz, so like a select choir, and I was in some plays and stuff too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
And so now I imagine you can't do much.
Yeah. None of that actually.
Really?
But yeah, I had to find a new set of things to keep me busy.
Yeah. So what do you do now to keep yourself busy?
A whole lot of housework. Although, looking at my house, you wouldn't know.
Well, so is that hard for you?
Yes.
Does it push you past your limits sometimes?
Sometimes. We have a housekeeper who can professionally clean, and I'll just contact her if I'm falling behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And my husband does a whole lot.
Yeah. And does your son help you with a lot of things?
As much as a 7-year-old can.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I know, but I mean, like,
it's,
you could ask him to get you a drink of water.
Yeah, I
Whatever.
could.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just my laziness coming out.
Yeah, he gets me little things, but I mean, he can't really
Yeah.
do everything.
Yeah. So you do a lot of housework.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for fun? Like, do you get out and go for?
You know, I don't really. I mean, I could, but most of the time I'm in the apartment just hanging out. And when people want to go out and, you know, have fun or whatever, by that time I'm usually so tired, I just want to lay down for the night. And
So
yeah.
So it sounds like when you were in high school, you
Mhm.
had all the energy in the world,
Oh, beyond, yes.
and now,
Not like in high school, I had tons of energy. I had early morning seminary.
really,
Yeah, so I would wake up about 4:30 every morning, and then I'd go to seminary, then school, then practice either track or cross country. Then at night I'd have a play rehearsal. And then I'd go to bed and do the whole thing over again
Oh,
the
wow.
next day.
wow.
I don't know how I did it, but yeah, now it's like if I can go a whole 3 hours or something without being dead tired, I'm like, woohoo, I have so much energy. Yeah.
So, it's kind of a weird question.
Mm?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Mm?
1 being the least,
Mm-hmm.
and 10 being the most, how much would you say you had? Like, how much energy, stuff how much do you have before?
Well, before
Nice.
the stroke, I remember being tired sometimes, probably because I was completely off caffeine all the time,
Yeah.
as obviously, and so, but I was able to push through it for the most part. So I was probably at an 8 energy wise.
Yeah.
And after the stroke, well, actually, while I was pregnant, I was -3.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't prescribe bed rest, but I was in bed all day, every day.
Yeah.
I could sometimes get out of bed to go to the table,
Yeah.
but even then, that was hard. I would usually have food in bed. So,
Yeah. What about the first 4 months of pregnancy?
It was fine. I still
I know pregnancy kind of makes you kind of tired, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not ever
I
gonna
would think
experience it.
so. goodness. The first 4 months of pregnancy, I was able to I would walk to campus for class, which was like a mile away-ish, I think. Yeah, so I had an average amount per meet, so it was probably more than average.
And you,
but
so wait, you were going to school?
yes,
What?
I
What were
was
you going
at Brigham Young University. Officially, I was in genetics and biotechnology,
Wow.
but that was getting really hard, so I was about to switch really soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like genius. Like, you have to be genius
Wow.
to be good at that.
That's why I got out of it.
So, what about, so the rest after 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
you had an assault to the brain, right?
Basically, yes.
Isn't that what a stroke is?
Yes.
And then you laid in bed pretty much.
The whole pregnancy. And then about around my due date, I moved in with my mom. Well, we both moved in with my mom. And so she was there to help with the baby at very first, which was nice, especially since her house is not handicap accessible at all.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
bad. And
Mm-hmm.
now you're confined to a wheelchair.
For the most part, I'm in a wheelchair, and I mean, I could take go a short distance with a walker, but for the most part, I'm in a wheelchair, mostly because of my balance and coordination problems.
Yeah, that's no fun.
It's taken a really, really long time to come to terms with it, because, I mean, for the first few months or years or whatever, like, I'm going to walk again, I'm going to, and by this next year I'll be running, and that obviously didn't happen. Oh! Yeah.
So, do you, like, if you knew that this was gonna happen to you, would you want to know? Like,
Oh, goodness.
if because you were on track and all this stuff in high school, like, if you knew once you graduated, God told you that, when in a couple of years, I think I'm gonna give you a hard time.
I think part of me would want to know, because then I would make my pre-stroke years even more glamorous or whatever.
Right.
And because I knew they were gonna cut short a lot sooner. But the other part of me wouldn't want to know.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, because then you would be angry
Yeah.
for a long time before your stroke. Be like, what? Why do I have to go through
I'd
this?
rather be angry after.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm sure you were a little bit angry after. Like,
Oh, yes.
super confused why this happened to you.
I was angry, and my husband was angry, and it was also unfair. And yeah, it's been hard. Having a stroke having 4 or 5 strokes just ruins your life pretty much if you let it.
Yeah, that's and I mean, there's nothing really you can do.
I mean, after all those mini strokes, I had a second brain surgery to get rid of the cavernous malformation that was left over, and it pretty much reset my progress.
Really?
Like, took away any nerves. I had regained their balance or even coordination in some parts.
Yeah.
I mean, I kept my different I guess coping mechanisms. Like, I still had all my thoughts and all that.
Yeah.
So after that, it was extra hard to feel like I wanted to try and overcome all the stroke symptoms.
Yeah.
But and also that was when I aged out of being double covered by insurance.
Oh no.
Yeah. So we'd have to pay for rehab and all that.
Yeah.
Physical therapy and occupational therapy out in speech for me, out of pocket pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, Steven's work has insurance, but it's a high deductible.
Yeah.
And we don't want to have to pay that much to meet the deductible. So yeah, extra hard to find motivation to do basically all the recovery work. And now it's kind of like, how do I do it without having all the therapists and therapies and all that? How do I do it all just on my own?